Welcome to the chapter on change management models. And let's start with a very popular model, the change curve by Kübler-Ross. The Kübler-Ross change curve, which is also known as the 5 stages of grief, is a model consisting of the various levels or stages of emotions which are experienced by a person who is soon going to approach death. The 5 stages included in this model are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. This model was introduced by Kübler-Ross in a book called Death and Dying, which came out in the year 1969. This book, as well as the model, was inspired by her association and work with patients who were terminally ill. Well, what have death and Kübler-Ross's findings to do with business? Actually, the basic Kübler-Ross model also holds true when it comes to business, work or employment. Every organization needs to bring about changes, strategy, organization, cultural and technology-wise. But besides these rational changes, there must be a change in the managers and employees as well. Only when the workforce of an organization makes personal changes or transitions, the company can move ahead and realize benefits. And fundamental changes like digital transformation may be a source of fear, anxiety, and maybe even depression for many managers and employees because their skills and positions are challenged massively. For the business context, the curve was slightly modified to 7 phases. The change curve explains the moral and competence that people perceive over time. The first phase is the shock. Once the change is made public, people might be surprised or have a feeling of shock. The second phase is denial, which means people disbelieve and look for evidence that the change is not true and will not happen. The next phase is frustration. People recognize that things are different, and sometimes they become angry by this. The fourth phase is depression, where moral and competence are very low. So people are really in a bad mood and they are lacking a lot of energy. Hopefully, things are getting better then. People experiment, which means they engage initially with a new situation. So they try out new things, the new processes, the new tools. They take part in trainings, for example. The next phase is decision. People learn how to work in the new situation. They use the new tool. They live in the new process. And they take it more and more as routine. And they will get to the phase of integration, where changes are really integrated into their daily work life. And the new is totally accepted. Every organization needs to support the employees in the process of making transitions or changes. These individual transformations can be traumatic and may involve a lot of power loss and prestige issues. The easier it is for the employees to move along on their journey, the easier will it be for the organization to move towards success. Based on their personality, people move differently through this curve. Some need less, some more time. Some have extreme amplitudes, some are more open to change and feel curious and therefore perceive changes not as a shock. They rather quickly move forward to the phases of experiment and decision. Which means, for example, they use the new technologies, tools and systems, work in the new processes or feel inspired by and comfortable in a new working culture. And today it is expected from leaders that they are open to change, do not feel anger or even depression when facing it, and therefore can be a role model for those who show resistance to change. For the change management team, two tasks can be derived from this. First, plan and implement interventions like communication, involvement, trainings, and incentives to support employees and managers to get through the curve quickly and with weaker amplitudes. And second, identify managers and employees who are open to change, show curiosity, and can be role models and coaches to support others in getting through the curve with less pain.